Alrighty, so this is me making a wooden knife out of Osage Orange. I won't say much, only the important bits. So just listen to my voice in the ambience of silence. I should not be doing this with my fingers that close. I should be using one of my push sticks, but I'm dumb. Don't do this the way I do this. And I am using a push stick, but this is a really terrible bad idea, and it's awful for the saw blade. I just am not experienced enough to know a better way to do this. If you do, then let me know, because I am not very new, but I have not done enough reading or research to know all of the ins and outs of this kind of thing. And yeah, look at all that black on that wood. And yeah, that was an ouch. That shouldn't ever be allowed to happen. The blade caught that piece of wood and just slung it across the shop. If anybody was downwind of that, they'd have been hurt. But I always stay out of the way. Anyway, all those dark spots are from the wood pushing up against the blade and friction burning it. Not good. Dulls your blade and burns your wood. And here I'm just trying to even it up so it's halfway symmetrical before I start sanding the actual shape into it. And I'm using a really nice piece of Osage Orange to push this, which I shouldn't be using because it's nice and valuable. But I'm dumb. Look at all that black. I'm just trying to clean it up a little bit at this point. I should call well enough or leave well enough alone and just go start sanding. Anyway, first knife, I decided to start over on. You'll see why. I cut that because there was some deep gouges in it from the blade that you can't see because I was not doing that right. And here I'm starting to sand the shape of the knife itself. I should have filmed this from a different angle. I will make another video with it from a different angle tomorrow when I make another knife. Tomorrow's knife will be posted on my Etsy for sale. Today's were just experiments to see how to make one and what was the best method and fastest, etc., etc. Just a lot of messing around. Excuse the mess in the background, by the way. I have ADHD and executive function disorder is a bitch, so. Sanding. Whee goes the camera. Oh yeah, I'm gonna pound the knife into the wood or into the pine I use to make the table I'm working on. Osage Orange is obviously much harder than the pine of the table, but not hard enough that it doesn't splinter. Yeah, see, it splintered there where it was really thin. And I didn't refocus the camera for this, so you can't see. My bad. I'm still learning. Just started. This will be my 4th YouTube video. And this is a second knife. This is a much better one. It's much larger. The one I actually saved. And feel free to fast forward through any of this. Sorry for blocking the camera. As long as I get likes and support and comments, I want people to react and tell me how to do things, because any advice or suggestions on modifications to my work are very welcome. I love all the help you guys will give me. It's very welcome and appreciated. And I'm just trimming this up so I don't have to completely sand the handle. I'm cutting out part of this piece for the handle. And I should really keep the top of my table saw cleaner. I don't know why I don't. Yeah. Executive function. Alright, and I'm putting on a sanding belt. Zoom, zoom. Have these parts sped up to either 4 times or 6 times, I don't remember. This part I think is 4, and then the latter will be 6 times sped up. And I'm using my finger, in case you haven't noticed, to press on the back of that sanding belt, both to keep it tight and to keep it pushed against the part of the wood that I am trying to sand. Just sanding and more sanding and more sanding. Get the shape perfect. And I splintered this one. It was originally going to be a very flush, smooth, flat blade, but I made it curved because of some of the splintering that happened on the edge when I was messing with it. And so instead of starting over again, I decided to sand it. Oh, I decided to use this to show just actually how I sand. So I wanted some slow or normal speed video for this, or of this. Now I'm distracted just watching my video. Almost forgot I was doing a voiceover for a second. That's ADHD for you. Not that I'm complaining, because I'd be working for somebody else. I wouldn't be self-employed if it weren't for my ADHD. So I'm not complaining. I'm an independent man. And here we are, sped back up again. Oh, accidentally let the belt off. And yeah, when sanding any kind of wood, especially evergreen, use a respirator, because sawdust be bad for the lungs, boy. I should have been using this when I was using the table saw too, but it's not as bad. Unless you're cutting cedar. Cedar is terrible. Cedar is absolutely terrible for your lungs. The smoke, the sawdust. And I'm looking for a belt now. Sorry. Thought I edited all the parts where I wasn't even in the focus out, but evidently not. And it was gonna keep this shape that it has right now, but I played with it and used it a little too harshly. And you'll see the shape of the blade at the end of the video. Oh, here's where I'm putting in the shape. You can tell. I don't think I did the actual finishing up sanding after I got the shape of the blade finished. Or did I? Yeah, because you can see it coming out. Did not film buffing it though. I should have. Ah, there we go. There, the camera focus is good. Perfect. Nice. And I added this that I posted on TikTok after. So, because this is much, much higher video quality and brings out the grain. And it's after I buffed with beeswax. So,